Hey guys, this is Kairamiosa29 and today I have for you a tropical sunset eye makeup look. So I have the reds, oranges, and yellows, and on the bottom is a blue, pop of blue representing the ocean, and everything else is representing this tropical sunset. And I have bronzed skin with a dewy foundation look and a nude lip so it doesn't take away from the eyes, which is the focus of this look and the focal point. So I hope you like it, and if you're interested in how I achieve this specific look, just keep on watching and I hope you enjoy it. But what we want to start out with first is definitely an eyeshadow primer. Eyeshadow primers help prevent creasing, and they also make your eyeshadows last a lot longer than if you had skipped this step. Also, this particular one helps intensify the vibrant colors of your eyeshadows. And rub it in all the way up to the brow bone. So there we go. We have primed our eyes and we're going to get right into it. So what we're going to do first, because we're just packing on the initial color, I'm going to use the Sigma's E55 eye shading brush. It looks like this, just a big old fat bristled brush. We're not blending with this, we're just packing on the color. We're going to be working with the reds, oranges, and the yellows. So we're going to start out with the ratty color on the outside of the eye. So go ahead and find a palette that works for you. Now I'm not picking the darkest red, but I'm going to go for the one above, which is more of a corally pinky red. And just pack it on your brush. And this one is very pigmented. As you're going to try to tap off any excess, because we want the vibrance of the eyeshadow color to be there. So we're going to be very careful and kind of roll it onto our eye to avoid a lot of fallout, but there probably will be fallout when you're not tapping off excess. So I'm not going to tap any off. I'm just going to pat it gently on my eye, on the outer corner. Patting it on will help prevent fallout, so just rolling it on very gently. I'm not going to do this step fairly fast just because I'm trying to avoid the fallout. So I'm going to match what I'm doing on the other side of my eye. We're very much staying in the corner. Just rolling it on, kind of going above the socket bone, but not entirely yet. So the same thing on this side. So you should have something that looks like this. Looks a little crazy, right? Because we haven't blended yet. Now clean off your brush, because we don't want to have any color mudding. Color mudding is when you're mixing a bunch of colors and you start to lose the true color of the eyeshadow that you've placed on your eye due to the blending, and you start blending. And what happens when you blend colors is the color changes, right? So it's important for this look that you blend, but you don't blend extensively. You just blend enough so the transition is there and seen, and it's not so color blocked, but it's more a transition, but it's not heavy blend. Now our next color, as you guessed, is orange. So find a really nice orange in your palette. Now I'm going to choose this one here and really pack it on your brush. Rolling it like we were with the red, gently to avoid any fallout. This brush, and I'm going to take my palette and take the brightest yellow that you can find, and for me it's right here. So you see it there, so just really pack it on your brush, get it a couple swipes until you have a really high intensity of color. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a clean blending brush and we're going to lightly blend these colors together. Now this is the E25 blending brush from Sigma, and we're just going to lightly start blending it in short strokes, transitioning the light into the darker colors. So the yellow transitions into the orange, and the orange transitions into the red. You do not want to windshield wipe it, you just want to go in one motion to sweep this. Clean off your brush before you go to the other eye. Do the same thing, a slight blending into each different color until you have something like that. So you have a transition going, and blend until you think it looks natural. Just a fluffy blending brush like this one. color I've chosen to do that is this hot pink here. And then we're going to mix it in with a tad of the red. Okay, so we're just blending it into the outer upper corner. And this is the tapered blending brush, the E40 by Sigma. It's just fluffier and more tapered, and we're just going to go ahead and blend that in. Blend out any harsh edges. And you want to go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, so now your look should look something like this. A smoked out red is apply a darker color into the outer V of our eye to add more depth to the look. Okay. We're not going to select a black to highlight the ends. That would just be too harsh for this delicate look with all these vibrant colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a darker purple browny color. Now in my palette it looks like this. So I'm just going to take an E30 pencil brush with really dense bristles like this and pick up some of the color just on the tip. And we're going to be shading an outer V formation in the outer eye very delicately. This is just going in the inner socket area of the we're going to build up our color, so we're not going to go in with intense color and then have a regret saying that's too much. So we're going to build it up small amounts at a time until we get the desired effect we want. Until you have something that looks like that. Okay, so this is what it should look like now. Okay, so now we're pretty much done with the lid, upper lid, except for one of my most favorite parts to apply is the highlight. Now, we're not going to do anything crazy with this highlight. So what we're going to do is just take a white and sort of mix it, a matte with a shimmer, just to get a really nice effect. And with a big fluffy blending brush, we're just going to apply this to our brow bone, right above the color of the red, like that. You can take a blending brush, a fluffy one, and the one I'm using is the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to blend out some of any harsh lines the red might have taken on with the white, just so it's not as harsh. Same thing with the yellow. You should have something that looks like that. Now with a clean pencil brush, a waterline color. Now because we did the colors of the sunset, the red, the orange, and the yellow, we're now going to do the color of the ocean. So I'm taking a really pretty tropical turquoise color. This color here, mixed in with a little bit of this, the transfer, we're going to gently sweep this onto the waterline like this. Now like I said, this color is going to represent the ocean. The nice beautiful waters. So you have something like that. We're going to be picking up a gold color. The gold is just going to represent. So we're applying this straight into the inner corner of our eye. Kind of blending it up and down. Right over the yellow that we had laid down earlier. So the color is similar to the yellow. It just has shimmer and more hints of gold in it. It's going to intensify the color a bit. Gently blend that into the blue, but not too much. We don't want it muddled. Because these colors are so delicate, I didn't want to use a liquid liner or even a gel liner. I didn't want to use anything too intense because I just think that that would take away from the colors and the nice transition to all these bright colors. So what I opted to do instead was to line my upper lid with a black eyeshadow, and what I'm going to do is just kind of dot it on and then smudge it out, just so it's not as intense. So I'm going to take an angled brush like this, and dipping into the blackest, a matte black. What we're going to do is we're going to gently tap this into the lash line. Just to create more definition to the eye. Without taking away from the look. And we're not bringing the top liner all the way to the inner corner because the yellow is so vibrant. I do not want to take away from that. Do the same thing to the other eye, and I'll be right back to show you what to do next. We have lined our upper lid with black. We haven't brought it all the way down. We've just given our eye some definition. Now, one thing that you can do is you can do a little wing. This is optional. You can leave it like this, and this is beautiful in itself, but you can have the option to wing it out. Now I'm going to wing it out slightly on each eye because I'm a fan of winging out my upper lash line. Just neatly wing it out a little bit. Don't get too carried away, just a nice wing like that. And do the same to the other side. This is what you want to achieve. Is a nice thin wing that just adds as an accent, and it gives your eye sort of that ethnic difference, so you look a little bit more ethnic, if that makes sense, like tropical ethnicity kind of thing. The lashes aren't the focus here, the eyes and the eyeshadow are, so I want the lashes just to accent the look, not overpower it. So for that reason I've chosen Diorshow Unlimited, which is a lengthening mascara. So what I'm going to do to get that curl, because it is not a curling mascara, I'm just going to take my eyelash crutch, and you're going to gently curl your lashes with this, trying not to touch your upper lid with the lash barrel, just because we don't want any of the eyeshadow to be rubbed off. So very gently curl your lashes, trying to make minimal contact to your eyelid as possible. So then we're going to take our lengthening mascara and we're going to coat our lashes with mascara. The last step is to line our waterline with a white pencil liner. I feel that black eyeliner on the bottom lid would just be a little too harsh for this look, and white eyeliner actually makes your eyes look bigger because it gives the illusion that the whites of your eyes are being extended down farther than they normally would. What's next is the lips. So because we have such an intense eye color up top, what I'm going to do is mute out the lips. I'm using Revlon Soft Nude lipstick. And then over top I'm taking a clear lip gloss, and it looks pink but it actually goes on clear. This super lustrous Revlon lip gloss goes on clear, has no pigment, so just dabbing it on. Da-da-da-da! We've come to the final step, thank God. This look has been so long. We're going to be taking a bronzer, because when I think of tropical islands and stuff, I think immediately of bronze sun-kissed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Nars Laguna bronzer, and I'm going to take an large angle contour F40 brush by Sigma, and I'm just going to tap that onto my brush, swipe it on, and we're going to contour our cheeks. So start off here and then bring it down. I love the contouring effects of bronzer, especially for my round face. So that's the look. I hope you guys liked it. Hopefully this video wasn't too long, and I hope you learned something out of it, and I hope that you like it. So if you like what you see and you want to see more, comment, rate, subscribe, and just make sure you're watching. Thank you. Bye.